without any significant CC onto Texi in the form of a cheap shot and then a kidney, they wouldn't have been able to do very much. You can chain those pretty easy when you've got Rogue Mage against Mage Priest. You can open up on that Priest, and after the kidney, you've got Deep Freeze, then a counter spell, and the Mage can use his stuff on the opposing Mage.
Could have happened, but unfortunately Calamis was out of cooldowns and was the target, and they weren't able to get a lock onto Texi and also shut down Alec in that situation. So then we are going to go into round 3. Scoreline 1 apiece. This time Ensidia still are going to be top left, actually. Hydra, Calamis, Flint. Top right will be plan B this time. And we are going to go into Blade's Edge Arena. Not sure how much of a difference this is going to make. Both of the rogues will be playing, obviously, Mutilate. Both the mages still going to be Deep Frost. And you can obviously expect both of the priests to be Discipline. And this has been the combination that's been used for years in professional gaming. Well, not so much with the Mutilate, at least, but still, we've had some changes there from Subtlety to Mutilate. We've even had Arcane Mages come out. And I do actually believe Alec has even played Fire Mages in, or a mix between a Fire and Frost Mage in some tournaments. But here they are matched up very, very evenly. And as we wait, both teams are going to be stood at their sides of the bridge. And the bridge in the center is really what's going to connect to these two teams. Some of the rogues like to sit defensively with their team. And then when we have a look on the other side, you can see that Kajin is not sat with his team on the defense. There's a possibility that he could be looking to go offensively. And you've got to think about that Prayer of Mending, the graphic going over there, could have given a sign. But actually, we do have Kajin just got a sap off, I do believe, onto Hydra. Let's switch over to him. And you can now see that Sprint has been used by Calamis. And he's now looking for Kajin. And he actually gets Kajin out with a sap just before Kajin got into his target, though. Damage is coming out onto Hydra from Alec alone, and Kajin could be having a hard time here as Calamis has now gone back onto the target. Kajin into that kidney. Gonna have to look over to Alec is in a blind onto the priest. Alec was in a sheep, now he's in another sheep, and somehow Kajin has gonna be has survived that fight. He has a Shadow Word Pain up on him though.
Hydra just spamming those dispels onto Kane, and Sayore's right in there in the midst of the action, getting Novas off.
Well, actually,
Cone of Cold coming in, his Water Elemental's out. They're going to go for a bursting got to Texi, down to 6k HP. He might go down here, down to 3k. Sayore setting in a Fear Penance coming out from Texi, just manages to stay alive by the skin of his teeth.
And yeah, he didn't get interrupted either on that flash of light. He is put into a kidney though, wasn't full point, and he comes out and will be able to heal himself up. And now it still looks bad though for plan B, as we have Calamis currently into a blind. Alec is also into a sheep. He's just come out of that one and will join the fight. Calamis will now come out of his blind, and we have to look to see what
at this though. Calamis is going to get an opportunity to reself. No, he runs in there, gets a gouge off onto Kane. Going to go in with the kidney. They're going to go for a burst onto Kane. This could be their window of opportunity.
And this could be very, very bad, and it is bad as Texi sits in that poly for the whole duration, and they aren't able to control Calamis, and he will help, obviously, his teammate Flynn get that kill, and it looks like Ensidia did the business. They got the good opener. They even actually did a nice swap onto Texi while Hydra was in a poly, but they didn't have to worry about Hydra in that full poly because there was no pressure onto them. And when Hydra came out, he was very available to, you know, kind of help his team get back into the fight. The only thing that could stop him for the time being was that blind, but eventually they got back onto the target and did the business. And well, if you actually have a look at the damages once again, this time round, Ensidia not only dominated or got the higher damages, they dominated the damages here. Calamis put out 55,000 damage. Sayore, or also known as Flynn, put out 48. And then you look at Alec, who must have had to be controlling a lot since the opener was bad, only put out 16k. And then you look at Kajin, also known as Kane, but I've been told Kajin from him now since I changed his name. He's going with it. Is basically he only did 11k, so his game was you know, not what he wanted, and the opener was unfortunately, you know, bad for him.